Have you ever felt that slowly uncomfortable realization that something in your relationship isn't quite the same anymore? Not in a dramatic way, not explosively, and nothing that obviously broke, but something feels different. She still talks to you, she still spends time with you, and she still says I love you before you go to bed. And yet, the energy between you has shifted. She doesn't lean in the same way anymore. The excitement feels softer. Moments that used to feel effortless now feel slightly forced. And the worst part is that you can't point to the exact moment something happened. You start asking yourself questions. Did she lose the attraction? Did I change? Or is this just something that happens after a while in a relationship? If you ever had these feelings, you are not imagining it. Attraction rarely disappears in one big moment. It fades through patterns. Small changes in how a man shows up emotionally that slowly changes how it feels for his partner to be around him. And most men don't even see these patterns while they are happening. They only see the results later when the warmth has already started to fade. In this video, I want to show you 4 patterns that men often fall into that slowly kills the attraction in a relationship. These patterns aren't necessarily bad patterns, but they quietly changes the emotional dynamic between two people. And once you understand them, you can start seeing why attraction fades and also how it can be rebuilt. The first one is emotional reactivity. One of the most common patterns begins when a man becomes emotionally reactive to his partner's mood. It doesn't look dramatic. It does, however, look like hyper-awareness. Your partner seems slightly distant one evening. Maybe she's quieter than usual. You notice it immediately because you're a good partner. So your mind starts to interpret it. Did something happen? Is she upset with me? Or did I say something wrong, you ask. She says everything is fine, but the feeling doesn't fully go away. So the next day you start paying more attention. You notice how quickly she replies. You also notice if she initiates conversations and the slightest changes in her tone. From the outside, this looks like attentiveness, but inside something else is happening. Your emotional state has started to depend on hers. If she's warm, you feel relaxed. If she is distant, you become uneasy. And without realizing it, you're starting to try to regulate that unease through her response. More questions, more attempts to clarify, more attempts to understand where you stand. The intention for this is of course connection, but the effect for your partner can feel more like pressure. Because when a woman feels like your emotional balance depends on her mood, she stops feeling relaxed around you. Instead of feeling supported by your stability, she starts feeling responsible for maintaining it. And responsibility, in this case, slowly replaces attraction. The second pattern is a trap most men has fallen into one time or another, and it's losing direction. At the beginning of most relationships, there are momentum. You are pursuing goals, improving yourself, building something. Your life has movement. The relationship exists within this movement. But over time, especially once the relationship feels secure, that momentum can soften. You stop pushing yourself in the same way. You become more passive about decisions. What do you want to eat? What do you want to watch? Or simply, I don't care, you can decide. Instead of creating plans, you ask her about what she wants to do. Your life becomes more centered about the relationship itself. This often can feel like commitment, but psychologically, it changes the dynamic. Attraction often grows when someone feels like they are joining a life that is going somewhere. When a man loses the forward momentum, your partner can feel like the relationship is starting to carry more emotional weight. Instead of feeling drawn into your world, she starts feeling like she is the world. And when someone becomes your main source of stimulation and meaning, that also creates pressure. And pressure can slowly reduce the attraction. The third one is a silent killer, seeking reassurance. It often begins with small questions. Do you still feel the same about me? Are we okay? You tell me if something changed, right? The questions seem reasonable, but when they appear frequently, they signal something deeper. They signal that insecurity is being managed externally rather than internally. Instead of sitting with uncertainty and allowing it to pass, you try to resolve it through confirmation. Reassurance provides short-time relief, but over time it creates dependency, and that your confidence simply depends on her response. And of course, she can feel this shift. Now, confidence that can stand on its own feels grounded, but confidence that consistently needs validation feels fragile. And being fragile can change how someone experiences you. Instead of leaning towards you, they begin to carefully move around your emotions. And careful energy slowly drains the attraction in the relationship. The fourth one is a place where almost everyone has ended up at some point or another. The final pattern happens when emotional energy disappears. At the beginning of a relationship, there is often playfulness, flirting, curiosity. moments that feel spontaneous. But over time, these moments can disappear. You can say that conversation become more practical. You talk about schedules, responsibilities, things that need to get done. The relationship can become a partnership that works very efficiently, comfortable even, but at the same time, very predictable. And although comfort is important in a relationship, attraction needs more than comfort, because it lives in the balance between safety and stimulation. When a relationship becomes entirely predictable, emotional intensity disappears. Nothing feels surprising anymore, and with that, nothing feels exciting. The connection may still be strong, but the spark slowly fades. This doesn't mean the relationship is broken in any way. It simply means that the emotional energy needed to sustain it is no longer being created. I'm sure you recognize yourself in one or more of these at one point or another, but why do they feel like they happen so suddenly? When men finally notice the change, it can feel sudden, but most of the time these patterns have been developing for quite some time, weeks or even months. Emotional reactivity, loss of direction, dependency on reassurance, and a relationship that has become routine. Each one slightly shifts the emotional atmosphere between two people. And attraction, of course, is extremely sensitive to that atmosphere. The insight that matters in this is also the encouraging part. It's that attraction often fades the same way it can return, gradually when emotional stability returns, when a man rebuilds the direction in his life, when a man can self-regulate internally instead through reassurance, and when curiosity and energy comes back into the relationship. When this happens, the emotional atmosphere changes again. And when the atmosphere changes, attraction often follows. It's not instant, but it's very natural, because attraction isn't something you can force in any way. It's something that grows out of how two people experience each other. And when the experience changes, in whatever direction it goes, feelings often can change with it.